Good morning, fans. This is your girl from Mel'S, and this is your official WWE Payback 2023 preview and predictions. How is everybody going? Good morning. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Saturday. If you're wondering why there wasn't an episode 305, it's because there wasn't really anything, and I wasn't going to do a podcast purely for SmackDown from last week because last week was all about Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. So I made the decision not to do it. It gave me Friday to relax and enjoy myself and do everything that I needed to do. But you are going to be getting Raw and SmackDown, the go home shows, and you'll see me tonight after Payback. And then you will get your preview and predictions for All Out 24 hours from what you're seeing right now. So I'm trying here. This is a really weird weekend, I swear. And I'm also getting ready for my son's birthday. My son's going to be 18 on Thursday, and it's just like crazy that he is going to be 18. It feels like he should. I just brought him home. My God. I am recording this at like 2:30 in the morning. So you guys will be getting this at 7 a.m. in the morning, God willing, and you'll be good to go. You'll have something to watch during your coffee or anything like that. Please, also while you're here and everything, you could go check out right after this the review of All In that took place last Sunday. So go check that out. And I got my notes is running like crazy. So I'm not going to try to keep you guys too long because I know it's going to be it's a holiday weekend, so the views are going to be crap. But I keep grinding. Please do me a favor. Go check out the people over at Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Visit their website for all your beard essentials. Please do me a favor. Go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. And if you're thirsty and you're dying of thirst, you have all the artillery to fight that thirst. You have regular spring water, unflavored sparkling water, flavored sparkling water, and iced tea. So go check that out at liquiddeath.com. Please do me a favor and go check out the people over at Liquid Death at not Liquid Death, Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. They have some righteous coffee, and they have really great accessories and merchandise to go along with it. Please do me a favor and go check out the people over at HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. We the next event is going to be, I believe it's September 18th. If I'm not mistaken. I know it's in September. You're going to have to check out the website at hogwrestling.net. And if you really want to get a chance to take a look at him, El Helio Vikingo is going to be there. And if you're interested to doing a seminar, Mojo is going to be there, the current Ring of Honor TV champion. So go check all that out and get all your information at hogwrestling.net. And if you can't be there at the next event, you could go to the premiere out and pay $9.99 a month, and you can see it on TV. Please check me out on Instagram, TikTok, X, Instagram, and Facebook. Go check all those places out. It's Mel's Match Shot, so go check that out. So you're going to get the go-home show of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Then you're going to get my picks, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here, and then I'm going back to sleep. Monday Night Raw gets closer and closer to Payback. Becky Lynch will face off with Zoe Starks in a Full Count Anywhere match. Also scheduled for the tonight is singles match between Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser. The updated card is follows: the Falls Count Anywhere match, Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser, the New Day versus the Viking Raiders, Tommaso Ciampa versus Bronson Reed. We start off with Sami Zayn versus Damian Priest. I'm getting tired of this, honestly. I'm getting really fucking tired of this. After this, they need to move on. Sammy and Damian head out to the ring. The match begins, and Priest knocks down Sammy. Zayn comes back with an arm drag. Zayn attacks Priest in the corner. Priest returns with strikes of his own. Zayn with an elbow off the ropes. Priest rolls out of the ring. Zayn hits a moonsault on Priest. Priest comes back with a clothesline. He viciously attacks Zayn. Priest punches Zayn in the corner. He hits a sit-out suplex on Sammy. Priest goes to work on Sammy. Zayn sends Priest out of the ring. Sammy sends Priest into the ring post. Sammy goes for a dive. Priest catches him and slams him on the announce desk. Come back from commercial break. Sammy with the sunset flip power bomb. Cover 1-2 kick out. Sammy dives onto Priest. Sammy gets a blue thunder bomb. Cover 1-2 kick out. Priest kicks Sammy. He goes for a razor's edge, but Sammy escapes, hits explosive suplex. JD McDonough distracts Sammy, and Priest hits a South of Heaven for the win. Priest picks up the win. Priest is not happy with JD McDonough and shows him before walking away. Kevin Owens attacks McDonough and hits the stunner. Sammy hits an Hoover kick on McDonough. The New Day are warming up backstage for their match. Come back from commercial break. Drew McIntyre is backstage holding onto a photo, and Akira sees the picture and says, "He looks great." Riddle comes in and says, "Every team gets matching gear." He suggests that they watch the New Day versus the Viking Raiders. McIntyre agrees that he wants a front row seat to watch the Viking Raiders get beat. We see Trish Stratus warming up backstage. LA Knight comes out, but it's The Miz. Miz comes dressed as LA Knight. The Miz imitates Knight and makes fun of him. He said it takes more than a catchphrase to gain a fan's support. He goes out and gets a full bag of LA Knight t-shirts and asks the fans to say yeah, and if they want a free LA Knight t-shirt. He then throws the shirt and removes his glasses and t-shirt. Miz then insults the fans and says their support means nothing. He says nobody can beat LA Knight. He says that he beats Knight. The party is over. The fans won't cheer losers. Seth Rollins is backstage. Ricochet walks in the frame and then walks away. Like, are you okay? Like, is Shinsuke getting into your head type situation? That's how much of, that he's concerned about him. The New Day versus the Viking Raiders. We have Drew and Matt Riddle going out to the ring to get a front row seat. The match starts with Woods and Eric. Eric with a side slam on Woods. Eric attacks Woods. Ivar tags in and continues to attack Woods. Woods tags out and Kofi attacks Eric and Ivar. Kofi hits a high crossbody, cover 1-2 kick out. He hits a boom drop on Ivar. Kofi dives onto the Viking Raiders. We go to commercial break. Ivar goes to work on Kofi. Ivar attacks Kofi in the corner. Kingston comes back with a drop kick. Valhalla on the apron and is creepy towards Woods. Ivar knocks Woods off the apron. Eric tags in and takes out Kofi. He goes to work on Kofi. Ivar tags in and attacks Kofi. Cover 1-2 kick out. The Viking Raiders taunt Riddle and McIntyre. Kofi tries to fight back but is stopped. He goes back to work on Kofi. Kofi tags out to Woods and knocks down Ivar. He takes down Eric. Woods attacks Ivar in the corner. He hits Ivar with a clothesline. Cover 1-2 kick out. Eric tags in and attacks Woods with the knee. Kofi tags in and kicks Ivar. He then hits a splash. Cover 1, Eric makes the save. Woods sends Eric out of the ring and dives onto him. Kofi goes for a trouble in paradise, but Ivar escapes and sends Kofi out of the ring. Kofi goes for a crossbody, and Ivar catches him and plants him on the steps. Ivar drives Kofi into Riddle and McIntyre. He gets back in the ring. McIntyre throws a chair at Eric but hits Woods. Ivar takes out McIntyre. Eric tags in and hits a Ragnarok for the win. The Viking Raiders are the winner. Speaking of tag team, WWE secretly signed back AOP. Now, what the word is going around that they're going to send them back to NXT, and they're going to team them up with Paul Ellering. So all the shit that fucking Triple H did, now they're going to fucking try to go back to it, and fucking Nick Khan is going to try to take the credit for it. Fuck you, Nick Khan. The Judgment Day is backstage. Balor says they need to get it together. Priest says they need to focus on Judgment Day instead of worried about J.D. McDonough. Balor says Priest beat Sammy because of J.D. Priest asks Balor to take a walk. Rhea stops them and says they're falling apart because of them. She says they're going to make it right this Sunday at Payback. She says if they don't walk out with gold at the end of Payback, then there's going to be some changes around here. She then walks away, and Priest and Balor that he has no problem winning gold. We go to commercial break. After we come back, Kofi comes out of the trainer's room. Riddle asks about Woods. McIntyre says it was an accident. Kofi tells him it's all good. McIntyre says they're going to face the Viking Raiders next week, and he leaves to speak to Adam Pearce. We go to Chad Gable versus Ludwig Kaiser. Imperious music plays and they walk to the ring. Gunther gets on the announce desk and says last week Gable made history by being the first man to beat him in more than 500 days by countout. Gunther says Gable gained a victory, but he won nothing because he is still the Intercontinental Champion. He says Gable has managed to piss him off. He says Gable has his attention now. He said he will face Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship next week on Raw. He says that Gable won't beat Ludwig Kaiser. Now, the reason why that they're doing this is I believe that Monday Night Football will be commencing. So, it's because of the stupid holiday. So it'll give you an opportunity to go watch it, and hopefully it'll be in the main event. Alpha Academy comes out to the ring. Gable says he is not going to shush Gunther because he's making some good points. Gable says that no one has been able to beat Gunther until last week. Gable says he will take away his title in 3 seconds. He then asks Kaiser to get in the ring. The match begins and Gable takes down Kaiser. He sends Kaiser to the outside and hits a cannonball. Come back from commercial break. Gable with an arm drag. Kaiser recovers and goes to work on Gable. Gable takes down Kaiser and goes to work on him. Kaiser with a shoulder tackle to Gable. Gable returns with an ankle lock. Kaiser gets out of it and hits a clothesline. Gable with a monkey flip. Kaiser chops down Gable. We go to commercial break. Gable come back. Gable with a couple of belly suplex. Kaiser comes back and sends Gable into the post. Kaiser with a drop kick. Kaiser attacks Gable in the corner. Kaiser plants Gable, cover 1-2 kick out. Gable with a flurry of strikes. Kaiser stops his momentum and drives him to the mat. Cover 1-2 kick out. Gable sends Kaiser out of the ring. Gable with a rolling neck breaker. He goes for a moonsault and misses. Gable still manages to slam Kaiser. Gable with a fisherman's throw, and he sends Kaiser outside and hits a moonsault on Imperium. Gable locks in an ankle lock. Kaiser with an uppercut, but Gable comes back with a German suplex. Cover 1-2 Vinci attacks, so Chad Gable wins via disqualification. So after the match, Otis attacks Vinci. Kaiser attacks him from behind. They send Otis into the post. Gunther comes out of the ring and goes for a power bomb, but he turns it into the ankle lock. Vinci and Kaiser attack Gable. Gunther hits a power bomb on Gable. Seth Rollins is heading to the ring. Seth Rollins heads out to the ring, so he gets on the mic and he paid a great tribute to Bray Wyatt with his faceplate on his title, which that's classy. That's really classy. Rollins says that he's been a long week. He's going to keep this short and sweet. He says he will give Nakamura a shot at the title and asks Nakamura to give him what he wants. He then calls Nakamura out. He said there's only one thing to do. Nakamura chooses not to show up. A video played on the Titantron. Nakamura says he will dismantle Rollins. He then says he wants Becky to know he's going to help him. Is she going to help him out of bed? He then says he will break him and destroy his back. He finishes up by saying Rollins has no future. Rollins gets serious in the ring and says they get it from Nakamura is a video package. He asks what happened to the Nakamura that had the Tokyo Dome, which when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's not a fucking Vince McMahon line. See, I like that stuff. Okay? We're not ignoring that was from New Japan. And he said he wouldn't give him the shirt off his back. He says he is broken. His broken back didn't stand in the way of becoming world champion, and it won't stay in the way of him being at Payback. He said he's going to maul Nakamura until somebody pulls him off of Nakamura. Nakamura attacks Rollins from behind. He then knocks out Rollins before walking away. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are backstage. Sami says he's tired of doing this with the Judgment Day. He says they find a way to get these cheap victories. Sami says they can fight one more time, and he asks Owens to explain how it's going to go down. Owens says they will face each other at a Steel City street fight. He then says they are ending this at once for all. Tommaso Ciampa versus Bronson Reed. We go to commercial break and Ciampa attacks Reed. Reed hits him with a splash. Reed goes for a suplex, but Ciampa locks in the sleeper hold. Reed gets out of it. Ciampa sends Reed into the second turnbuckle. Ciampa slams Reed, cover 1-2 kick out. Reed knocks down Ciampa. Reed with a power bomb. Reed slams Ciampa on the stairs. He then hits a running shoulder tackle. Ciampa gets out of the ring and hits a Willow's Bell. He then hits a running knee, cover 1-2 kick out. Ciampa with a crucifix bomb for the win. Air raid, basically. Winner is Tommaso Ciampa. Jackie interviews Becky Lynch, who says that she's been through, who had thoughts about beating Stark. She said she's bringing the whole lot of chaos with her. Rhea Ripley goes and plays. She walks out with Dominic Mysterio. Rhea gets on the mic, says Raquel had to pretend to be injured to get one over her on her. She says she doesn't blame Raquel. Rhea says that she's not going to talk about her accomplishments because it'll take too long. With a title around her waist, it proves everything. Rhea then calls Raquel an idiot for thinking that she could beat her. Rhea says Raquel can talk all she likes, but she will be walking out champion at Payback. Raquel comes out to the ring. She attacks Rhea in the corner and hits a fallaway slam, sending her out of the ring. Dominic is in the ring. He distracts Raquel and Rhea attacks her from behind. Rhea goes for a riptide, but Raquel counters and knocks down Rhea, sending her outside the ring. Trish is backstage with Zoe, and she says Zoe is she has free reign to do whatever she wants. Zoe says when she's done with Lynch, she will leave plenty for her. We go to commercial break. And what do you know? They get the main events. People have got to fucking be patient. Thankfully that this was played out. Hopefully this is the end of this fucking goddamn feud, and now we can have Trish Stratus going on to other, feuds. And please, not fucking Rhea Ripley. No. So we have Becky Lynch versus Zoe Starks in a Falls Count Anywhere match. We come back from commercial break. And we have Zoe Starks coming out with a kendo stick. Lynch also grabs a kendo stick underneath the ring. Lynch attacks Stark with a kendo stick. Lynch with a crossface on Stark. Stark rolls out of the ring. Lynch attacks her. Stratus attacks Lynch with a kendo stick. Starks goes for a power bomb. But Lynch escapes and she dives onto Starks and Trish cover 1-2 kick out. Stark attacks Lynch with a kendo stick, cover 1-2 kick out. Stark with a missile drop kick on Becky, cover 1-2 kick out. Trish throws a steel chair in the ring and hits Starks. She sends more chairs into the ring. Starks places Lynch on the top rope. Starks knocks off Lynch with a leg drop. Becky is planted into the steel chairs. Starks goes for a Z360, but Becky counters and hits a manhandle slam. Cover 1-2. Trish breaks it up. Becky chases Trish, who grabs a kendo stick. She goes to hit Trish, but Lynch catches the stick and hits her with it, and she retreats back up the entrance ramp. Starks attacks Lynch with a chair, cover 1-2 kick out. Come back from commercial break. Lynch suplexes Starks onto the barricade, cover 1-2 kick out. Lynch goes to get a table, but Starks knocks her down. She sends her into the ring, but Starks hits Lynch with a steel chair multiple times. Starks climbs to the top rope, but stopped. Lynch hits a suplex on the steel chairs. Becky goes for a manhandle slam on the announcer table, but Trish trips Lynch and Stark and takes advantage. Lynch shoves Starks off the barricade. She then attacks Trish and goes for the manhandle slam, but Trish stops her and hits a bulldog through a table. Cover 1-2 kick out. Lynch fights back and Zoe accidentally knocks Trish through the table. Lynch hits a manhandle slam through another table for the win. Becky Lynch is the winner. So, what does that say? Does she get another win this Sunday? We will possibly find. We will find out. So we go to SmackDown. SmackDown had the return of John Cena. we also found out that John Cena will be hosting Payback. And I'm hoping that he at least does maybe one or two matches while he's back. And the only reason why he's back is because of the writer's strike. Writer's strike is the reason why he's back. And um, I'm really happy about this. The reason why is because it gets people on a Friday night to actually watch SmackDown, and it also has John Cena possibly rumored to face Cody Rhodes, and I have a feeling it's going to be at the next Saudi show. I mean, it would be great to have the that match here in the United States. We could also see it at Survivor Series too. So, but that's neither here nor there. So, SmackDown featured the highly anticipated return of John Cena. There's a specific segment that has been promoted for his return of the return of the 16-time world champion. Has many excited to tune in for the show. Also scheduled for tonight, a tag team match as Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar take on the team of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. SmackDown will also feature the returning Jimmy Uso, following Jey Uso's shocking departure from WWE. It should be interesting to see how things play out tonight. SmackDown kicked off with a video recap of SmackDown from 3 weeks ago, because this shit with Jimmy Uso was supposed to happen last week, but because of the tribute to Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk, that they kind of moved it to this week. So it's like a mad dash. It's like they had to kind of flip everything and kind of condense everything into one show from basically losing out on a week because of Bray Wyatt. Jake Uso confronted Jimmy Uso and the rest of the bloodline before leaving through the crowd. SmackDown kicked off with the return of John Cena and a huge ovation from the crowd. Cena says the fans have given him 20 years worth of moments, and that is never gets old. Every single time it gets better. Cena says that every time he gets in the ring, he is going to say thank you to everyone. Cena says he just found out before making his entrance that he's the official host of Payback tomorrow night. Cena gives his word that he will do the best. He will do his best to give back to the fans. Cena is interrupted by Jimmy Uso making his way out to the ring along with the new theme music. He's got new theme music. Jimmy says in the ring as the crowd chants, "We want Jay." Jimmy asks Cena, what is he doing here? Jimmy says the people came to see him, a top star, and they came to hear why he did what he did. Jimmy says he will save his brother 10 times over if he has to. He did it because he loves Jay. Jimmy says he didn't want his brother to be corrupt like Roman Reigns and like you, John Cena. Jimmy says that Cena and Reigns are exactly alike. Jimmy says they both take, and the only difference is that Cena, you do it with a smile. Cena says Jimmy has a lot on his mind, and he wants to say something to Jimmy for 3 years, and he only has one thing to say to Jimmy. The wrong Uso quit. Jimmy turns away to leave the ring, turns back, he goes for a super kick. Cena catches Jimmy's leg and picks him up to hit Jimmy with the attitude adjustment before leaving the ring and going to the back. I would love to see this match one-on-one. This piques my interest. We go back to where Kayla Braxton interviews Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. They both laugh at the thought of John Cena being back being the host of Payback. Waller teases some big news and Cody Rhodes on the Grayson Waller effect. Theory says that anyone could stop fantasizing about Cena and witness the greatest tag team of all time. The LWO makes their way out to the ring. We go to commercial break. Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Our opening tag team match begins with Waller and Escobar. Escobar hits a dropkick and makes a quick cover for a 2. Mysterio tags in and Theory runs it into to try to get some cheap shots and tossed out of the ring. Theory and Mysterio follows with an outside dive to Theory and Waller. We go to commercial break. The opening match continues with Theory hitting Mysterio with a running lariat in the corner. Waller takes a cheap shot to knock Escobar off the apron and off the distraction. Waller and Theory both stomp Mysterio in the corner. Mysterio ducks under a strike attempt from Waller, which causes Waller to accidentally hit Theory. Mysterio runs in to make the tag, and Escobar climbs up to the top and hits Waller with a flying crossbody. Escobar hits a Hurricane Rana off the top rope and covers, but Theory breaks it up. Escobar knocks Waller out of the ring with a kick, and Theory hits Escobar with a chop block to Escobar's injured knee. Waller hits a rolling stunner and covers for a 3. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller pick up the victory. We have backstage. Jimmy Uso approaches Adam Pearce, interrupting Pearce talking to Mia Yim backstage. Pearce abominations Jimmy Uso for backstage attitude, and Jimmy just walks away without actually responding. Bobby Lashley heads out to the ring. We come back from commercial break. SmackDown returns with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson trying to calm down Mia Yim after the disrespect from Jimmy Uso. AJ Styles approaches and says that he will take care of the situation. We go to Bobby Lashley in the ring, who says that everybody keeps asking him the same question, what's going on with him and the Street Profits. Lashley says that real recognizes real and great recognizes great. And that's why he recognizes the Street Profits. Lashley points to the ramp, and out comes Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins to a great reaction from the crowd. Lashley says the Street Profits are more aggressive than they have ever been. Ford says tonight it's about them giving their appreciation to Lashley and all he has done for them. Lashley says he can thank him with their continued success. Lashley says they are putting everybody on notice. They are coming for power, control, and championship gold. And the 3 of them are walking to the back, Kevin Owens' music and Sami Zayn music, and they come walking out with a brief stare down before Lashley smiles and lets them through. And there was a part in there that says they're just the prophets. And I think that's fucking awesome. And Private Party, you can have your gimmick back. They're done with it. You can have it back with the solo cup and the partying and everything. See, these are men. They're prophets. They're no longer in the street. Okay? So we have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. The match begins with Zayn and Wilde in a lockup. Zayn hits a shoulder tackle. Zayn hits a lariat and tags in Owens, who hits Wilde with a swanton and covers for a 2. Owens goes for a pop-up powerbomb, but Wilde counters with a dropkick, and Del Toro tags in. Del Toro hits a flipping kick to Owens and goes for a Hurricane Rana, but Owens counters with a powerbomb. Zayn tags in and hits a helluva kick. Owens tags back in and hits a stunner. Owens covers Del Toro for a 3. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn pick up the victory. After the bell, Zayn grabs a mic. Judgment Day, that tomorrow night won't be pretty. Zayn tells them to bring everything that they have because it will be a fight of their lives. Backstage, Jimmy Uso is walking out of the ring, and he's confronted by AJ Styles. Styles and Jimmy get hostile before Solo Sikoa runs and takes out Styles. Jimmy gets to his feet and tells Sikoa that nobody in the bloodline could tell him anything before Jimmy leaves the arena. And if you would look where he goes out, it's daytime. They've already pre-filmed this. Commercial break, back live with AJ Styles being interviewed backstage. Styles says the bloodline doesn't run anything around here. That tonight he wants Solo Sikoa one-on-one. The rest of the OC comes up to Styles, and Anderson tries to keep Styles away from the bloodline, but Styles refuses and storms off. Yeah, they're worried about drinking. Gallows and Anderson. The Miz makes his way out to the ring. Miz says that at Payback, LA Knight will be in the biggest match of his career. Miz says LA Knight is not half the star he is or he ever was 10 years ago. Miz is cut off by LA Knight coming out to the ring. Knight says the Miz has done another one of his famous cosplays and said, just like the rest, the Miz dressed as someone he wants to be but can't. LA Knight says that he has crawled up from the sewers, from roach-infested motels, while Miz got here from a reality show and rode the elevator to the top, that LA Knight climbed his way up. The Miz says LA Knight has failed where the Miz has succeeded. LA Knight says Miz isn't even the star of his own show, where he carries the bags of the show to the real star, which is his wife. The Miz says that the fans love LA Knight because they could relate to his failures, but LA Knight has a chance to do something that the fans never could succeed. The Miz says he crushes the hopes and dreams all the time, and when LA Knight loses everything, the Miz LA Knight will go back to those motels like it's 2003. LA Knight says that the Miz living in the past, his present is trash and his future is even worse. Miz goes to take a cheap shot, but LA Knight avoids it. Miz throws the jack at LA Knight's face and grabs him and hits him with the skull-crushing finale. The Miz leaves the ring, walks to the back. LA Knight runs up and attacks the Miz before WWE officials able to drag him away. We go to commercial break. We have Bayley versus Shotzi. The match begins with Shotzi ducking under and kicking unleashing several strikes in the corner. Shotzi chokes out Bayley over the ropes. Bayley taunts Shotzi before Shotzi hits an enziguri and throws Bayley out of the ring onto the barricade. I want to make this clear. Michael Cole actually did and said this, which I wanted to cry. He said, Shotzi's hair is beautiful. And that really that played on my heartstrings, and I'm about to cry because of this. She cut her hair because of her sister, because of her cancer and everything. And for them to do that really fucking got to my heart. And kudos to Michael Cole, kudos to WWE for having that balls enough to actually say that Shotzi's beautiful. And I love that. I love that. That was, that I actually got more respect for Michael Cole, which I'm not a freaking Michael Cole fan, whatnot, but as time goes on, he's doing shit to gain my respect. And that's all that I care about. He's doing a great job on commentary. He's legitimately carrying both shows, which God bless him with Kevin Patrick. Oh my God, that's just another discussion for another fucking time. So we come back from commercial break. The match continues with Bayley having Shotzi in a side headlock on the mat. Shotzi gets to her feet, but Bayley hits an elbow drop to halt her momentum. Bayley goes for a second elbow drop, but Shotzi brings her knees to the counter. Bayley's roll out of the ring, and Shotzi hits a tope suicida. Back in the ring, Shotzi hits a knee strike before getting tripped up on the ropes by Bayley. Shotzi hits Bayley with a snap suplex before hitting a cannonball splash. Bayley goes to grab Io Sky's title belt to use as a weapon, but Charlotte makes her way out to attack Sky. Off the distraction, Shotzi hits a DDT to cover for a 3. Winner is Shotzi. And Charlotte, stop with the fucking goddamn, like, you're not Hulk Hogan. And these bodysuits have got to be fucking ridiculous. Wear fucking jeans. Wear the boots. Wear the fucking wear a bodysuit underneath. All right, wear a pair of jeans. These fucking bodysuits that you're wearing, it's fucking a one piece. Jesus Christ, it's not in. All right, wear a pair of jeans. Be real if you want to be a face. Wear a what is it called? A pair of dress pants. Oh, that's right, because they have to be so super fucking tight that if you do fucking lift your leg, you'll fucking split it. So after this whole thing, we have for next week we have I believe it's Io Sky and Bayley versus Charlotte and Shotzi. Main event time. Solo Sikoa versus AJ Styles. Our main event begins Styles rushing right after Solo with strikes. Solo throws Styles in the corner and hits a big shoulder tackle. Sikoa goes for a splash, but Styles brings his knee up to counter. Styles goes for a body slam, but doesn't have the strength, and Sikoa hits an elbow to the back of the head to break free. Styles ducks a lariat, hits a drop kick. Paul Heyman then walks down to the ring, and this distracts Styles long enough for Sikoa to hit with a forearm to the back of the head. I'm glad that Styles is somewhat working with Paul Heyman. I think hopefully there are differences, because let me tell you something. I know Paul Heyman that they're gonna make money together. That's all that they care about at this point. And you know what? I'm hoping that, this does turn out to be something. Because I think AJ Styles needs to be the next opponent for Roman Reigns. It's all going to be on a losing effort, but I think that should be now with the dynamic with AJ Styles being the face and Roman Reigns being a heel. It could be at the next Saudi show. Who knows at this point? We come back from commercial break. Our main event continues live with Styles leaping off the top rope onto an uppercut from Sikoa. Sikoa then throws Styles right into the ring post and out of the ring. Sikoa slams Styles off the announce table before throwing him back in the ring. Sikoa goes for a Samoan spike, but Styles avoids it and hits a Pele kick. Styles hits a drop kick to the knees and then running forearm strike. Styles hits a corner splash and springs off the top ropes, but it's caught and hit with a Samoan drop by Sikoa. Sikoa picks up Styles, but Styles climbs over the ropes and hits a forearm strike. Styles goes for a phenomenal forearm, but out of nowhere, Jimmy Uso runs to knock Styles off the ropes. Sikoa hits Samoan spike and covers for a 3. Sikoa picks up the win, a very big win. After the bell, Sikoa grabs Jimmy Uso for a Samoan spike, but Heyman yells at Sikoa and gets him to release Jimmy. Jimmy then hits Styles with a super kick and an Uso splash. And that is the end of SmackDown. So that is it. I'm going to give you my picks, and then I'm going to get you out of here, and then I'm going back to sleep. I was going to do this legitimately right after SmackDown, but this woman needed some sleep. So Payback picks. We have, I really want Nakamura, but unfortunately it's going to be Rollins. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. Ripley is going to win. Rey Mysterio versus Theory for the United States Championship. Rey is going to win. LA Knight versus The Miz. LA Knight is going to win. They're not going to have him lose another time. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest for the undisputed tag team titles in a some sort of street fight. I would be highly shocked if it's Zayn and Owens. I mean, Priest and Balor. But it's going to be, they're going to retain. And Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. Becky Lynch, I'm going to win. And I would be highly shocked if the women main event the pay-per-view. That's just me. So you got my picks. As soon as Payback is over, I'm hoping that I can get live and go live. And then right after that, I'm going to give you my preview and predictions. And that will be posted on at 7 o'clock on Sunday morning. So you'll have something to watch while you're having coffee with on a Sunday morning. Please do me a favor and go check out my review of All In on my YouTube channel. While you're here, please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live or I post something, you know about it. Please do me a favor, go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Please go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Please go check out HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. And if you want to see their next event, which is sometime this month, and you will see the debut of El Helio Vikingo. And if you want to get into the professional wrestling scene and the business, they're having seminars with Amazing Red and Samoa Joe, the ROH TV champion. Again, I will be back here right after Payback with the review, and you'll get preview and predictions of All Out. And of course, TK is not going to send us to bed early, so you're going to see the review on Monday. I'm making that executive decision. And then we're going to be right back here with episode The Legitimate 305 with everything that came out of All Out and Payback for this week. I just want to make sure that you're abundantly aware. I will not be doing my reactions to Impact Wrestling. It's my son's birthday, and I got to get him ready to go to his adult program the next day, which I have to bring him back to school. And I'm going to be busy with that. So I will be doing the Impact 1000 show, which is on the 9th on that Saturday. So you'll get that. That's going to be your, I will be doing that in place of the regular Impact. So I'm going to try to incorporate some notes from there into episode 305, which I'm going to have to record Thursday. It's not going to be, I won't be able to do it, and I won't be able to incorporate that. So unfortunately I can't. So, because I have to record it on Thursday to have it upload on Friday. I possibly could do something Saturday after the two of them, depending on what I feel and everything like that. I'm trying not to incorporate that in the regular podcast because the podcast is too long as it is. But I want everybody to have a great Payback, have a great holiday weekend. Please drive safe, and please take an Uber or Lyft or whatever choice of driving. Not driving, rideshare app. Yeah, it's the countdown to my son's 18th birthday. I am not happy about this. I'm happy, but I'm also sad because, 18 years went by like a flash. So for the guys and gals that have children that are still not 18, enjoy your time with your children. for the people that who have kids 18 are and older. It is the weirdest feeling I'm going through. So again, have a great payback evening. I will be back here afterwards. I love you all, and go check out my reactions on Twitter of the last Impact Wrestling. So I love you all. Have a great Saturday. Have a good day. Bye bye.